All right, I just had to put a tweet out there. I said, via the newly introduced Geforce Now Ultimate tier, with RTX, with the addition of Nvidia Reflex, Geforce Now achieves click-to-pixel latency below 40 milliseconds, another first in cloud gaming. So I had to put out there, cloud gaming has too much latency. It's dead. Period. It's done. All you cloud gaming naysayers that never tried it but just hated on it because you gotta rub and fill your hardware, it's dead. It's dead. It's done. Give it up. It's a wrap. If you don't want to get into it, I get it. There's a lot of ways to engage with gaming. I get it. It may not be your cup of tea. But to try to cement your reasons and make up these excuses, it was dead with the last gen SuperPods. Digital Foundry showed y'all, but y'all weren't paying attention all of a sudden. Now it's dead. It was dead before, now it's dead. Geforce Now just changed the game. Now, granted, there are a lot of you that are hearing my over-enthusiasm about this, and you are cloud gamers as well, but you're like, yo, Moss, where's the cloud developed games for this? Where is the, you know what I'm saying? Like, Microsoft is working on cloud native games and all that. Fine, I get that. And I'm not saying that this overshadows that completely. What I'm telling you is this is an important part of ensuring that cloud gaming as a whole matures to where we know it can go. The fidelity and the performance is one part, and the other part is the development that breaks down walls that were not possible with native gameplay is the second part. And then the third part is acceptance. But that's what we'll get to that later. But that first part, because you got to ask yourself, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? I think before you get into all this native, you could do this and you could do that, it's built for the cloud. It has to feel and look good. That's what gamers want. Gamers want games, especially new things, to feel and look good. And cloud gaming at the rollout looked and felt good enough if you didn't have an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5, but you have more gamers that will get those consoles than they will not. So for those of us who couldn't access those or wasn't willing to jump through the hoops to get them, we were in the minority. So even though we had more hands-on experience, we had more know-how, more knowledge, that our knowledge was in the minority. All right. You got to understand that if you want something to break through, it has to appeal to the majority. And the majority want to know that their games are going to look and feel really better than what they can access. And now that we're talking about 64 teraflops that Geforce Now is capable of, that's 5 times the capability of the Xbox Series X, where even though it's the most powerful console, I'm not trying to issue on Xbox, but I'm just giving you the reality. The most powerful console right now is splitting hairs with the PlayStation 5. And that's $500. With the with the RTX 4080 SuperPods, you're trying to tell me that I can get 5 times better than that performance. And with my subscription, it's going to take me 3 years, really 2.5 years, to match what I paid for the console. Now, a lot of you hear that and you say, well, that's the sucky part, MM2K. You got to keep paying. What are they asking y'all to do now in a couple of years? What are they throwing out there now? They're telling y'all to get ready for a next gen refresh. I ain't even seen no next gen games on these consoles yet. We just talked about this before this presentation went live. My cousin came over with his PlayStation 4. Don't get me wrong, I love my PlayStation 5. I will always have a PlayStation in my house, a current generation PlayStation. May not be a mid-gen refresh, but I will always have a current generation PlayStation in my house. As long as they continue to do what they're doing, which is putting the games first. That being said, they're already asking you to pay possibly another $500 or $600 for a more powerful console. When I saw my cousin play God of War on his PlayStation 4, I thought back to how it looked on my PlayStation 5, and I said, yeah, my PlayStation 5 looks better, but damn, this looks mighty damn good here. So that tells you right then and there, because I don't care how well they develop for the PlayStation 4. A next-gen game that's fleshed out is not possible on the PlayStation 4. So we're not even there yet. And you're already close to being around the corner when they want you to pay more. Where by the time that next-gen refresh comes out, you still might not get a game until that next-gen refresh comes out. You still, I mean, not next-gen, but current-gen refresh or mid-gen refresh. You still might not get a game that's on the next-gen level. So when you come to me and say, oh, but you still got to keep paying, I don't mind paying every year if it's taking me 2 to 3 years to match what you want me to pay for the hardware, and it's 5 times more powerful. So that's dead. You got to pay a subscription. That's dead. We've already killed cloud gaming. The latency is too high. That's dead. But MM2K, you got to keep paying. That's dead. Now we going for the trifecta now. Cloud gaming will never look as good as hardware gaming. What did they tell you? Let me highlight it. Powered by the Nvidia ADA Lovelace architecture, upgraded Geforce Now RTX 4080 SuperPods will deliver over 64 teraflops of graphics horsepower to an individual user, which is more than 5 times that of an Xbox Series X and nearly 1.75 times over the previous generation SuperPod. So the previous gen was already outdoing them, like I told y'all. When y'all was sitting there whining and belly aching, oh man, man, 30 frames per second sucks. I ain't got to worry about that on the 3080 tier. And guess what? I'm really not going to have to worry about that. And I ain't got to come out of my pocket for another $500-$600 for a mid-gen refresh. All your hate for cloud gaming is dead. If it's not your preference, that's one thing. They got to build towards that. I get that. You like what you like. But all the hate towards cloud gaming and what it cannot ever do is dead. Shut your mouth if you've never tried it. Pick it up and try it. Stay tuned to this channel, because if you rock out with your boy, I might be able to get you access and a raffle or something. But shut your mouth All those excuses are dead. They're dead. Shut it. Shut your mouth and just try it. That's all you got to do. Try it. That's it. Know what you're talking about. Geforce Now just changed the game.